And it says we are live. Oh, me and Cowboy, little Cowboy is here with me. And one of the things I really love about spring is the Gemboree, aside from the weather getting nicer and stuff like that. One of the things that comes up in the spring and the fall around here are gym shows. And so the local gym show, which is always a treat, although not as extensive as it used to be pre-COVID, um, is still a lot of fun. And we got to go today, and I got to scarf up some really good deals. So I thought I'd share them today because who doesn't love beautiful gems and minerals, and talk about the properties of gems and minerals just a little bit, and what do you do with them after you get them home, right? So, so basically, we're going to be talking about gems and minerals and Earth Day a little bit. You know, how was your Earth Day? How was my Earth Day? My Earth Day was nice, very quiet, and but beautiful for being a little overcast, which if you're in Ohio, that's pretty standard. You're going to have an overcast. You're going to have an overcast day. So that's just part of Ohio. And so anyway, that's what I thought I'd do today, and just kind of have a relaxing Earth Day. The energies have been tremendous. I know a lot of people who are experiencing the energies are affecting people differently. Some people are experiencing where they get knocked out and they have to sleep a lot. Other people are feeling fired up and just want to go running around like a rock, zipping around like a rocket. Well, my favorite Aquarius person, Jason, and I went. So Jason, of course, was zipping around like a rocket today, and like an Aquarius rocket. So we got to see what was going on with the vendors there, and I hate to say there wasn't as much variety as there used to be pre-COVID. COVID just screwed with so many things, so many livelihoods, so many events. So many things are just not like they used to be. I have to say I wasn't um, totally disappointed. I wasn't exactly disappointed with the gym show. I wasn't exactly impressed either because it's about half the size as it was pre-COVID, and that has not changed. It's still like that. So pre-COVID days to now, yikes. Um, they really screwed us all up, didn't they? I mean, totally screwed all kinds of things up. Even the fairs downtown here, we have when the weather is good. We sometimes even when the weather's not, we have fairs every darn weekend. You know, something going on all the time here in Kent. But now, unfortunately, that is a thing of the past. You don't have, you just don't have the the vendors, the crowds. Yeah, it's kind of sad, really. I've seen it just in my time. Uh, oh well. Anyway, hi, I'm Deocean, and this is Deocean's Deep Woo. And here we usually do the deepest of woo, and actually may still before the night's over. But really, what we're looking at right now is my gym haul because I want to show it off. I got some pretty good deals, and just I don't know. I feel like chilling more today and just enjoying the energy of this weekend. The energies have shifted for me, and I'll talk about that. Um, and we'll talk about all that kind of thing after the intro. How about that? And we're back. And yep, I hate to say my gym hole is not as big as it has been in previous years, unfortunately. I did get some goodies though that I just have to share. And I'm not sure if a lot of this is going to really translate well. Um, yeah, it's going to be very hard to show the flash in the tiger eye and so on. This is a red tiger eye. Which tiger eyes? You know what a tiger eye probably looks like. It's known for its flash. Now, thing about eye stones, and this actually is for Jason, so he's going to get a pendant out of that. I'm going to wrap it for him. And eye stones are all about protection, usually to begin with. But of course, each one has a little bit different. Well, there it goes. And I don't see where it went either. Whoop. Well, Cowboy will find it and chase it out for me, probably. Oh, geez, that's great. Well, can't show you that one. And too bad too, because it was the antique copper wire that I found. But let's see. Eye stones. Eye stones are, let me see if I can get any of them that show their colors on, there, maybe this one. The flash, the eye in the stone. Hey, Alphonse, how you doing? Um, Eye stones are mostly protective. Usually that's one of the reasons, but also they're uh, tiger eye, hawk eye, ox eye, and cat's eye. And the different colors have different meanings too. the oxeye being more about strength, the hawkeye being more about vision. Um, no readings tonight. Yeah, that's right, out once. No, we're just doing gym hall tonight. It's kind of a relaxed night tonight. I went to a gym show and got some nice goodies. Um, and then just whatever discussion comes up. So this three or four, yeah, this has got a hold of some eye stone that is more than one color, is really beautiful. Uh, if you've ever seen, any of these, I mean, there's where was I? There's the tiger eye, which is, about more about things like courage and things you would associate with a tiger. There's the hawk's eye, which is, vision and the things you would associate with the animal's hawk. The ox eye would be strength. Um, and cat's eye, which is more mystical. So, but they all represent protection too. And this I found this vendor had, and these are just tumbled stones. I found an excellent deal on these tumbled stones. So most of these were just like a buck a piece, which in today's economy is freaking awesome. Because everywhere you go, they're at least $4 a piece. So I went a little kind of nuts on it. Um, I just realized I don't have, doggone it, I didn't bring them in here. But the gym mine, well, maybe I'll have a break where I go and grab them because I also made out pretty good at what they call the gym mine. Gym mine is where they have like a fake, and they started this for the kids to occupy the kids. Used to be $1, and you'd pay your $1, you'd get a coin, you'd put a coin in a bucket, a pulley would, you'd push a button, and the donkey had noise would go hee haw like you're mining, and that would carry a bucket up, and then you'd get a bucket coming down the ramp with sand and full of gems. And this is a tradition that many people went through their whole life with, okay? And basically, what happens is the different people just contribute gems and different little things to put in there. And usually they're not like terribly valuable, but they are a nice variety of things, so that the kids can go, oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? But it's a really nice way to get a collection together gradually. And so most of us, and this has been going on since I was young, a kid at the gym show. So basically, this is the Cuyahoga Falls Lapidary Club putting this on. So basically, this is a tradition. You must go to the gym show and get your bucket, at least one. Although it's really supposed to be for little kids. And you know what, though? The adults love it too. They love it. I mean, and of course, those of us raised with having it, it's just, there's still the magic of getting a bucket of sand filled with a bunch of little trinkets and, seeing what you get in there. That's fun. Hey, Michelle Cannon Free, how you doing? How you doing, sweetheart? So this looks to be, this is carnelian. I think it is either red calcite or carnelian, which is, both of them are actually good for somebody who needs to have energy to work. It is a stone of energy and strength, and so yeah, and because it's dense, it's one of the denser stones. It's one of um, the that feels like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's red calcite. Yeah, that's red calcite. Now, the one of the ways you can tell calcite is it has kind of a soapy feel. A waxy, maybe I would even describe it as waxy. It's waxy looking and waxy feeling. To distinguish it from other stones, calcite has a waxy feel to it. Whereas some others will be smooth or rough. So it's one of the ways to tell calcite. Anyway, we have a couple of pieces of orange calcite that came from the gem mine. Nice. This is just a white agate with, you can't see it, but it has a very faint, can't see it too well, but it has a very faint geode pattern in it. It's a nice, once again, not a very expensive item. You know, you wouldn't pay more than $4 for something like that, but uh, if that, but you know, still it's a pretty little stone. And of course, I was thinking of wrapping these. So I also got, before I forget it, I also got a wonderful deal on wire. And this wire is silver clad, um, copper core, and then has a coating to keep the silver from tarnishing. So this is copper core, and for that price, $8, that is a very good deal for 40 feet. And of course, the idea of the copper is very conductive. Copper has its own properties, its own very nice properties, so that I love to make jewelry with copper because, of course, um, copper is said to help with things like arthritis. But of course, you don't always want copper to, you don't want it to come off on your skin. So they make a coated copper, they coat it with different things. If you get the right kind, the tarnish proof copper, it's nice because you don't turn green. Because I turn very green from copper, but this is like, this bracelet is link work I did with Evil Eye. I got 3 evil eyes on here. Get it? Third eye. Uh, 3 evil eyes on here. And this is done with link work, and this is done with silver clad copper wire. Said to be good for arthritis and so on, you know, for pain. So I got a good deal on silver clad copper wire, and, you know, and silver has its own properties. So silver is called, you know, the the true metal, I believe, is one of its names. They, because silver can represent truth too. Silver has its own list of properties. It was associated, as you know, gold was associated with the sun, silver was associated with the moon. And so that, which leads me also to, I finally got this. I've been wanting one of these. And this is, of course, not gems, but coins. This is the last year collection of silver coins. So this is the last year. It's 64 was the last year we had real money, real coins, okay? Because after that, they started screwing around. So we have a real Kennedy half dollar, a real Washington quarter, a real dime, you know, and a nickel and a penny from that time. So this, to me, I'm going to use it to try and, when I meditate, I'm going to meditate on bringing back our real money, because right now we got fiat currency. Hey, Max Vision, how you doing? Hi, John. How you doing? So, nice to see you. So yeah, I'm going to be using it to meditate on how you know, how you would, how we would maybe see real coins coming back that aren't just totally fake ass coins made out of fake stuff with a pretty coating on them that, to make them look like what they're not. So that's what I'm going to use this for. And I got a fairly good deal on it, really. So, oh, and by the way, if anybody wants to come in and talk about stones or minerals or Earth Day or anything, let me know, and I will put the link out so that you can come on in. Yeah. Hello, Star. Yes. And Max is here tonight, which doesn't happen too often. I think it's a little late for Max usually. Yeah. Our coins are, you know, I mean, especially now that they're talking about electronic currency, you know, and trying to get us into cashless economy, it's like, oh, no, no, no. Because, I mean, a lot of things will not happen with a cashless economy. A lot of things will just go the way of the dodo bird, because like the gem mine, they never have taken anything but $1. It's gone up to $2 from when I was a kid. But from like 20 years ago. Oh, I did see one of my friends. I did see a couple of people that I haven't seen, and that's another thing these things are great for, is seeing people you haven't seen in years that you might have lost touch with. So I did see some people that I had lost touch with. So anyway, I have some real money now. Now I got real money. I can tell people I got real money. Yeah. Okay. So I'm thrilled with that. And I also got some of the, and this is copper clad. First they put a layer of silver on there. They played it with silver, then they played it with gold. So this is copper, silver, and gold wire. And so I already told you what the silver and the gold represent, and the copper is, you know, conductivity and so this still should work for your arthritis treatment. However, it's a beautiful gold color. So I also have the antique copper. Great. Oh, you got a bag of silver dollars for trade or bribes? Can I bribe you for some? Can I trade or bribe? Max Vision. Uh, you got real money too, huh? Lady Spellbreaker is here. Happy Earth Day weekend and healing blessings. Um, like I said, if you want to come in and talk about something, let me know. Well, I've got skills and I've got what I'm trying to think of what I would be able to send you in Canada without it costing like $1 million. Try and send it to you. But I do have crazy skills. So let's see. I did all this link work myself on this bracelet, on this copper bracelet. And I do have a nice selection of stone beads to put on it to make it even better. So stone and glass beads. I don't use plastic. I use copper core to make my link work. I like copper core. Well, good, Lady Spellbreaker. I'm glad you made it in. Well, here's another really beautiful piece of tiger eye, which is a combination of hawkeye, which is blue, and tiger eye, which is gold. Really beautiful. That's a beautiful tumbled stone, but I liked the shape of it. I think that's going to make a wonderful wrapped stone. I do stone wraps. John. Okay, this is, let me see if I get this right. Yes, this is a very, very dark. Once again, this is going to be hard to see. I wanted some very dark African, um, African amethyst. And let's see if we can get any light going through it so you can see a little bit there. It is a very, 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 very deeply dark amethyst, and I have a lot of different kinds of amethyst, but this is African. The African tends to be a lot darker. And I wanted a little bit of that. And it has a chevron in it, a chevron shape, and some sparkly bits, which are uh, generally do. It's not fake at all. This is just due to the way that the rock was formed, the way that the stone formed. So this is like happens to be a really nice one with a chevron and some sparkly little. The inclusions are like rainbows and uh, little things like that. This one, basically, when you see something like this, a chevron, um, that's where it started to grow, and then something else grew. A little bit different version grew, and then another version grew. That's so it's kind of like a stone crystal that then had a stone crystal that had a stone crystal in it. It's kind of neat. I find the chevrons to be really neat. It also looks like there's a pyramid in the middle of my piece of amethyst. Can't really see it though, doggone it. And I thought this light would help, but it just doesn't do any of this justice. Let's see if there's any lighting at all that is helping. No, not really. Well, much love to you, honey. Oh, it has a 9-volt battery attached. Do you want to tell us why? You have a 9-volt battery attached to your bracelet? So Michelle Canham Free made it in. Yeah. Sundays are usually kind of a slowish day for me. And so that's where I was instead of at class, Max. Okay, I was told what this is. I think it's just an agate, but it's sort of a stormy gray agate. But I see pictures. I'm one of those people who see pictures in stones. So I was seeing pictures in it, so I said, okay, I better take that. This is a sort of a blue-green agate. It's just a nice agate. The thing about agates is they're very they're durable. They have a very steady sort of calming energy that makes you feel, how can I say it, stable, safe. Of course, one of the things you do with stones, other than look at them and think that they're just beautiful, this is kind of a nice blue-green color, agate, is meditate with them. And uh, sometimes they can give you some interesting insights. When you meditate with a stone, you kind of are linking up your intelligence and their intelligence. Of course, this is a piece of desert rose, and always in the gem mine, you get at least one piece of desert rose, which is a type of selenite. Now, selenite charges and cleanses all your other stuff. So this is actually a wonderful thing to have. And getting one every time go through the gem mine, getting one or two of these is great because I mean, then you can put them everywhere that you stash any kind of metal or jewelry or stone to cleanse and now the interesting thing is, and I have this story to tell, is my mother long ago, now she didn't know anything about gem lore really, gave me one of these and said that they found it in my grandmother's on my father's side in her jewelry box and didn't know why. It had, of course, jewelry in it and one of these. And she said, I don't know why, but this was in there and you can have it. You seem to like stones, you can have it. And it's like, okay, well, years later, I find out why. This, she must have known because that's what this does. You would want to put these. So in the old days, I guess what they would do, and she came from the old country, Denmark, is you would put these in your jewelry box with your other jewels, and they would keep them cleansed and powered up. Amazing, huh? Spreading love, Lady Spellbreaker is in spreading the love. So, see what else we got here. Blue calcite. Once again, that waxy feel to it. And this came in the gem mine. This is part of the gem mine. Woman. These are the ones that I picked out to do some wrapping work on. That I'm probably going to wrap. Although some of them I might just decide to keep them and stare at them. So you can do stone gazing, which to some people, it's like a crystal ball. You stare at it and you see shapes in it and they start to be pictures or it's another third eye type thing. And then of course you meditate with it and you get a little bit different um, thoughts than you would otherwise when you connect with what this stone, remember everything has consciousness and everything has a vibration. So each of these stones has a different vibration, and and rocks record things. They're like record keepers. They're also called record keepers. They record information, events, and a lot of indigenous people understood this. Hey, James Ortiz. Calcite, being that it's such a waxy material, it's very common. Calcite is not uncommon. You can get it pretty cheap, but it's still pretty, and it is the stone, the tactile feel of it is neat. It's very makes a really good worry stone. It's a very solid stone, another very solid stone, like an agate, a calm energy, like kind of like an agate. Agate is kind of strong and calm and settling for me anyway. And I kind of get that from calcite too, but calcite has a little bit more. You know what? It's so hard for me to describe sometimes what these stones do for me and what they do in my perception. Uh, I don't know how to describe it. They feel different, but trying to tell you exactly how. I have totally forgotten. I asked what this was. It's a really pretty stone that matched my outfit. It's kind of a burgundy and red, sort of a rose and burgundy stone, kind of a wine and maybe a wine and burgundy stone. It's a pretty stone. And I have totally forgotten what it is. But it may be another type of agate, but doesn't really look like it. You know what? I just happen to think this may not be. This may not be agate. This may be chalcedony or chalcedony. Chalcedony. That may be chalcedony. The way it feels. Another common but soothing stone in a very soothing sort of mint green. Here's a really, and let's see, orange calcite, kind of orangey yellow calcite. Calcite comes in a lot of stones, natural color stones. Okay, another chevron type amethyst from Africa, African amethyst, very, very dark. The dark continent. Okay, that was the dollar stones that I got. I actually found them for $1. Like I said, you don't find. They used to all be $1 everywhere. You don't find them for $1 anymore. But if you're at a gem show, you might, because it's people just getting, it's vendors just getting rid of their rock collections. So you actually might find quite a deal. And so dragon blood. This is the dragon blood. It's sort of a couple of shades of green. It's sort of a olive and deeper green, maybe like a pine green, an olive green, and a red, a deep red stone with spots of red that looks like blood. And of course, associated with dragons. So I got some really, really nice pieces of that with pictures in it. This one seems to have something that looks like it looks a bit like a windmill, and it's a cross shape. Some of these are really, really have nice coloring. These had particularly decent coloring, so I got several of them to wrap into things. This one's a nice one. Wish I could show you, but geez, I'm so disappointed how these look. This one, sometimes I get them just strictly for color. Sometimes I get them for shape. Sometimes I get them for how they feel. And this one is roughly heart shaped. I thought that was interesting. It's red and it's heart shaped, and it just came out tumbled that way naturally. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to wrap that for sure. Then he had the magnetite, which is basically really cool to play with. He says he finds them everywhere, all over the house. His kids playing with magnetite, which is a like hematite but magnetic. So these are all separate but very strong magnets. And I tell you, don't get your it's falling them all over the floor. Don't get your fingers clapped by him either. He gave me these two because he liked me. It's another thing that happens at these mom and pop gym shows. If they like you, they'll give you stuff. Yeah, this is all magnetite. So, and so I was having fun building things. You can actually, he had a ton of this, and you can actually build things with magnetite. You know, the thing is like I said, you got to watch it because you can clap yourself a good one with these. They're very strong. They're strong enough. Let's see if this is it too far? It might be too far. Nope. Here it's going. Ah, spooky. The stone is moving by itself. It's phenomena. It's just another magnet under the table. I'm moving it with my mind. Phenomena. Okay, that's just silly me. I love this stuff. Of course I do. Of course I do. It's these are kind of an unusual shape. I used to see these a lot more. Now I'm seeing more of these. And people like get two of them together and use them kind of like a worry stone. Kids love to play with these. Just love them. And who can blame them? They're magic. They're magic. Spirits are sublime. See, now this is an example, and I hope people don't misunderstand this because I just happen to think I love this. This is supposed to be light purple. It really looks almost pink, but it's more of that coated wire, tarnish proof wire, and it's copper core silver clad, and then a color, and then a coating over it so it doesn't tarnish. And I hope they're not associating that with any ideology because that's not what I got that for. Let's see. I am, of course, wearing my Q-Link pendant. It's past your bedtime. Well, it was nice to see you on, Max. Yeah, I know. It's going to be past my bedtime too because I've been a busy girl this weekend. I was going to talk a little bit about Earth Day. This is pretty much my gym haul. It's not huge, not like it would be in other years. Like I said, the gym show's not quite everything was pretty much the same kind of stuff. Unfortunately, it was fun. It was fun meeting and talking to the people, but everybody had the same kind of stuff. and that's kind of sad because, well, there used to be so much variety. There used to be the people with the carved obsidian and um, a back room where you could go and get wholesale beads and gems of all kinds, just pendants, and things. And now it's just everybody's table pretty much has the same stuff. It's either silver jewelry, a bunch of silver and gold pre-made jewelry, or it's a bunch of sort of novelty rock stuff and maybe some tumbled stones and specimens, which is always nice. I mean, looking through the rock specimens, I mean, it's amazing, amazing how much, how many colors, sizes, shapes, textures, chatoyancy, which is what the eye stones have, the shiny bits in there that flash. The different kinds of chatoyancy. Some of them have sparkle, some of them have flash, some of them have chatoyancy, some of them are like moonstone. They're kind of silky looking, satiny. It's amazing. People don't realize how amazing the mineral kingdom is on this planet. How many colors. I mean, every color, every single color you can see, there's a gemstone in that color. So, think about that for a minute. Every single color. We're used to seeing just maybe brown or gray or whatever, rocks. We don't think about them too much. Maybe white, maybe tan, whatever. But when you really realize how many colors there are, they're so incredibly colorful. And just like me, very incredibly colorful. So Earth Day. And we're supposed to be thinking about greenness, I guess. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera back around. Or shall I let you look at the gem's loveliness a little longer? I like sometimes I do just sit and stare at them and look at them and turn them around and stuff and feel them, feel the energy from them. And meditate with them. I do a lot of meditating. That's what I get. This one's going to be nice to meditate with. It's just about the perfect size for a stone to meditate with. And maybe some gazing. It might be a good gazing stone. So I'll see you, John. So actually, it's really great that this was also Earth Day weekend, because this is really literally Earth. This is literally Earth that we're looking at here, and probably fossils. Because as we know, just about every stone and mineral, gemstone and mineral that you find on the planet is actually fossil and was at one time biology. And I'm pretty convinced of that. I mean, I've become more convinced of that over the years. Everything was a part of a creature at one point. Everything that we've got. And it even follows in with the legends, because I think I told you on at least one show, that bloodstone, pipestone, right, not bloodstone, pipestone. Pipestone, the Native Americans regard that as being not representing the blood of the ancestors. They consider that to be the blood of the ancestors. So they don't say it represents, they say it is the blood of the ancestors. So all of these things, it's interesting because Roger from Mud Fossil University has gone through and talked about the transition metals it takes to bring the colors and textures and crystal and shapes and so on. And as far as he can tell, all of this was at one time biology. And they call it like what it is. So, what if this dragon blood stone, it kind of makes you wonder, is this blood of ancient dragons? I don't know. Bloodstone, of course, a standard geologist or something, or gemologist would say, of course not. It's just the way it looks. But now that's called into question because they actually have found, Roger has found that there's DNA in, yeah, he didn't touch the inside of the rock, but he cracks open the rock, takes a sample, sends it off, finds out there's DNA in there. So uh, there's some very good stuff pointing in the direction of all of this was a creature, in a living creature at some point. So I mean that's kind of awesome to think about, that everything we see, every mountain range, every stone we see in the river, every rock face, everything was a being, a living being, which now makes us understand maybe why, if you meditate with the rocks, they have stories to tell. And I just find that pretty interesting. They all have their stories to tell because they were beings. They have some kind of a strange, they all have some kind of a, something that they've recorded that we can get in touch with. You think of how interesting that is. And I have spoken of how we are also recording devices, if you think about it. Our bodies are recording devices. Our bodies record things, and not just thoughts, but our bodies record information. How you can store information right in our cells of our body. We don't even know what we have, what we're walking around with. We're really walking around with a very valuable. Your body is a very valuable thing, and of course, the body we think of as coming from Mother Earth because it's made of the constituents of the earth. So a lot of indigenous people think of themselves as coming from the earth. Their body is, and the body really does come from the earth. So not the being, though. The being can be from anywhere. In fact, a lot of us are star beings. We spend our time elsewhere a lot more often than here. So consider yourself, um, and this kind of going into Earth Day. What do we really mean by Earth Day? And a lot of people just take it as being the green movement, and I don't know. I think it's more than that. I think it's also um, realizing she's alive. And the way the energies have been it's been a very interesting ride uh, on planet Earth. She's in her ascension period, and she's going to take us for a ride with her. She's taking us along with her. So um, it's very a good thing to honor Earth, who has a personality and a consciousness, and you can actually talk to Earth. You can talk to Mother Earth. She's very available to talk to. If you meditate, you can remote view Mother Earth. And maybe we will do that one day. Maybe we will go visit Mother Earth, the consciousness of Mother Earth, um, which would be a different kind of woo again, wouldn't it? So I think it's great that Earth Day happens in the spring when things are waking up in the northern hemisphere. But in the southern hemisphere, things are getting ready. Nature's getting ready to go to sleep. So it wasn't really thought out maybe that great. But I don't know. But spring for us, at least in the northern hemisphere, it's perfect time to um, thinking about the planet and things. So our lovely world that we live in is very, very diverse. And you have to admire the kind of diversity we have here. Like I said, just looking at the rocks, they're incredibly diverse. So, how can you not? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just strange. I just find it amazing how many colors we have, how many types of things we have. Wait, I'm going to show you. Let's see, is this the one? Here's some of the link work stuff that I do. As you can see, I have, these little skulls are howlite. They're not really bone. They're white howlite skulls. I love the little effigies carved stuff too. These are owls from another show. And then of course this is dyed howlite. One of the reasons howlite's used is it's a pretty stable stone and actually takes dye really well. So they dye it, although dyed stones are not considered as good as other. I mean, a lot of people, if you get a gem snob, they don't want anything dyed. This, so that's kind of, and then I put these together into different formations to be jewelry. Here's a lovely blue piece of turquoise. Look at that beautiful sky blue. That is such a beautiful sky blue. So another beautiful little crystal stone. Anyway, so just wanted to wish everybody happy Earth Day. Remember who you're talking to when you talk to the Earth. I want you to know also, she wants you to know. She wants me to tell you, and has been telling me this for years. Not to think of her as sick and dying, because she is not. Some people will try and act like Earth is sick and dying and yada yada because of what we've done. And it's like, well, we have done some, this is a former gym show hall too. But honestly, she's a big planet. We can't kill her. We could, at best or at worst, give her a really bad sunburn. We're not going to kill her. Uh, we don't really have, fortunately, we don't really have the ability to kill her. Although there are some, it said there are some things in the universe that are planet killers. But this is gold stone. And then these are little stones that they put on there to represent the different chakras. I've got to put this on some kind of a necklace soon. One of my recent acquisitions, turquoise eagles. Really cool. I really like the turquoise stone shapes carved. I'm fascinated by that kind of thing. Well, you know what they say, love your mother. If you have any questions about any of the gems and minerals I show you, go consult a stone encyclopedia. But no, you can go online and actually ask for information on anything, and have no problem at all finding tons of information on what the stone's meanings are and everything. So I'll leave you to that. But I just was going to show off what I got today, and um, it's a nice way to just hang out, socialize, and spend a day looking at beautiful rocks and stuff, looking at, the carvings and the jewelry and all of the beautiful things people have made. And go to the silent auction and pick up a few goodies there and crack open a geode. They also have geode cracking. You can crack open a geode and see what's inside. It's really cool. So I'm going to be, like I said, I'm not going to be on very long tonight. I'm tired. I've been running around this weekend. I am tired. I'm not going to be on. Probably going to be out of here. And then, yeah, I've been on about an hour. And that's about all I've got energy for at this time. I'm wanting to cuddle up with my little cowboy, and who's already hard at work winning his world champion lounging. He's training for the world champion lounging competition, and I don't know. I think he might win again this year. But yes, Mr. Wonderful. So you gonna purr us to sleep? Purr, purr, purr. Cowboy says purrs, y'all. Okay, I think I'm out of here because I have a tendency to exhaust myself with these things. Have a really good night. Remember, love your mother. You are divine. You are creators. You can manifest things. I will see you again tomorrow night about the same 10:10. We'll have a whole different subject. I'll probably be a lot more awake and maybe a little less clumsy than I am right now tonight. But who knows? I can't guarantee a thing. Remember, the truth is where you find it. Hope I'm always bringing you some on this show. And let me know in the comments what you'd kind of like to see on the show. What we would do more of. If you want more tarot kind of thing, or some other kind of lessons or classes or information, we'll scare that up for you because we do every kind of woo. This is what we do. We do woo. And sometimes we do gems and minerals. Okay. And it is time. Yes, it is over an hour now, and I feel like I've done my bit for today. I'm calling it. Love each other. Love the earth. Let Mother know you love her. Really, I'm not kidding. She loves you. Don't let anybody tell you different. Mother loves you. Oh, I did want to say this is interesting. Every time I meet people who knew me back when, way back when, right? And which I see at some of these events, these local events. I knew you way back when, right? Oh, I haven't seen you for 20 years. And a lot of them, it's amazing how many times we'll get to talking and they'll say, you know what? I have to tell you, you were right when you said blah, 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 whatever it was I said. I predicted the Twin Towers. I predicted 9/11 the week before it happened, even beyond a week before. But she remembers, I met somebody who remembers talking about it with me a week before it happened. Um, we were actually um, just kind of, we were at a bar and grill again. I used to love to go to bar and grills because you could eat and hang out and talk to people. It was a nice place to just hang out and I guess my eyes just kind of at one point just kind of got large and I said, "Oh, she's pissed. She's really pissed. Yeah, they're gonna blow it all up. They're gonna blow it all to hell." And she was trying to, and I had been very, very nervous that whole summer. But I guess, I said, I don't know. I just see a huge woman on the horizon, and I feel like she's a goddess. She's Isis. Later on, she was very angry because they took her name for a radical group to really, you know, misusing and abusing her name. But she is an entity. I mean, these beings live a long, long, long time. And I could just see her in my mind's eye, a woman, a giant woman. She was huge, on the horizon, just looking very upset and thinking about how insulted she was by all that was being done. And I said, I guess I said to my friend, I said, 11, 11 is her number, and they're going to blow it all to hell. They're going to blow it all to hell. And which is how these revelations would, how these things would hit me sometimes, which is how I kind of got a name of being a little weird. But yeah, a week later, they blew it all to hell, the 11. Oh boy. Um, so that was just an interesting story. Another time when I was basically right again. And, she says, "Oh, you've been right about so many things. I can't even remember all the things that you said that were ended up being true in the end, maybe sometimes years later, but we find out they're true." Um, so that's kind of how I got to be part of the reason I got to be the Oracle of Kent for a while. Some people thought of me as that. I didn't even know what they were talking about. I know what Oracle means, but I didn't know that they were referring to the Matrix Oracle. So, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, but some people still introduce me as the Oracle again. Remember me way, way back. So, it was kind of interesting that happened today. And that card came up too. It's like stuff coming from the past, which was kind of nice to meet some old friends again. So, It was a lovely weekend, and I hope you had a lovely weekend too. I'll see you tomorrow night. About 10:10. We're on Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays at 10:10. And that's it. I'm wrapping it up for the night. I love you, and you guys are awesome. You're all so special. And the more I see your comments, the more I get to know you, the more I realize how happy I am that that's the crowd I draw. Is very special, very cool people. I'm so happy about that. Okay, love you all and see you tomorrow night. Night night.